Hey guys, it's Ona, your energy customer service rep from Chicago. And today is Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. Happy New Year. This is our first video of the year. We're doing a mental health spread on George Santos. So on New Year's Eve, I did a little bit of the live stream on Taro's Apprentice channel, and he was part of a sequence of readings. And I wrote down the name. I'm like, I'd like to do a mental health spread on this guy because there's so much going on there. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Okay, I do this particular spread based off an outline for patient intake evaluation for psychiatric treatment. So I took the bullet points off the intake assessment and I made a mental health spread out of it. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. I don't have a client in front of me giving me feedback. It's all coming off the cards. So we just want to take a look at what's going on. Purely for fun, okay? So, George Santos is a new congressman for the 3rd District of New York. He was just newly elected. He showed up this morning to get sworn in, but you need a Speaker of the House to do that, and there isn't one yet. So, he's very new. He is a freshman of freshmen, okay? He has been caught lying, not just lying maybe about a degree or where he lives kind of thing, but pathologically lying about significant events that would bring attention to him, maybe some sympathy or empathy. So let's just for 1 second look at this area of mental illness that is pathological liars, okay? It's a category that is also under antisocial behavior or factitious disorders, which is where I think I would take him. And a factitious disorder is something that you've made up, okay? You pretend like you're sick in front of people, or maybe they have they've given you a challenging question. You're like, oh, my head, you pretend like you're sick. So factitious is made up. And a lot of times that comes from not being presented as who you really are in your family. So we know he's gay, he's openly gay. Maybe he wasn't presented in his early childhood as who he really was, but as somebody else. And he's always had to, make up lies to get what he needed to get, to be able to survive, to be able to be seen, and then present himself as who he truly is. So, also noted in my little search there this morning that they said, he hasn't been wearing his wedding ring in the past couple of days, so there's issues at home too. And I guess, I'm sure that all of this stuff spills over into the home, and it has got to be a very challenging relationship to be able to survive this kind of damage to your person and your career. So I looked up his date of birth. It's July 22nd, 1988. There is no exact time of birth, so this chart is cast for noon. This makes him a Leo sun, okay? A noon chart would give him a Capricorn moon and an ascendant in Aries. So we've got a couple fire signs there already, giving you a little template of his nature. If it was noon, okay, when I looked at that chart, Mercury was directly opposite the moon at that time. So we've got that energy of Mercury opposite the moon on that day. All right. So there is exposure of this emotional kind of communication. All right, so that was enough for the chart. I didn't do a lot more because a noon chart, you can't really tell a whole big bunch, but you can. I mean, you can tell a lot. I just didn't want to go, all day long looking at George's chart. I have other fun stuff I want to do. So I pulled up a video on YouTube. I actually have it here. It's Congressman-elect George Santos on his first day on Capitol Hill from Good Morning America, just so I can get a light background behind him and go right to his third eye. So I focus on the third eye. I go in deep until everything around it kind of dissolves. I close my eyes and I pull back. And I see what I see, I smell what I smell, and I get what I get, okay? What I did see on him was a couple things. He's wearing like the, if you've ever seen Superman comics or Superman movies, that piece of kryptonite that Superman is, that's his sort of poison, right? That green color, that thing, that emblem was right around here when I pulled out. It was like, and I just kind of chuckled to myself in my guide saying, he's kind of the kryptonite of the Republican Party. Maybe that's why you're letting me see this little thing. So I thought that was kind of funny. And then, I said, just kind of relax and see what else you can see. What I got was he has this collar around his neck. And this could be just the lies and all the things he's getting caught up in. His throat chakra is absolutely marbled, okay? So it looks like one of those clown or jester collars that's got this corrugated area, and it's between like two plates, and it's going through all the way around. And I thought maybe thyroid, because it did have that green color also. But it looked like wires that were going, like little LED lights, but it was that green color all throughout here. And I thought, lies, getting caught up in that. Maybe it could be a thyroid issue. I don't know. There's a lot of symbolism that's around that whole thing. So that was what I got with just a very brief kind of meditation, getting into his energy field thing there. So let's do the mental health spread and see what we come up with. And we know, again, this is for entertainment purposes only, okay? I'm using the Forgotten Tarot. And this deck is very unisex. It has 3 lover cards. I left all 3 of them in there because I like all of them, and I think it'll be good for this spread. So the first card is appearance and motor coordination. How does he look? What are his mannerisms? That kind of thing. So if somebody were sitting in front of me, that would be the first box I need to check off, okay? Appearance and motor coordination. Let's just keep shuffling here and see. Okay. So I think we did see him with, we've got the 3 of Pentacles here. So this is kind of, the camera's not really focusing too well, so sorry about that. He seems flashy, maybe. This is 3 of Pentacles, so maybe he's flashing money, that kind of thing. I think the story goes he didn't have anything, and then all of a sudden he got a lot of money, and, trying to figure out where it all came from. So this is appearance and motor coordination. He looks coordinated. He looks like his mannerisms are very Leo, in that sort of opening up your energy field and widening it like that, right? Okay, so past history and speech. Okay, so I hate this card, but you know what? Maybe for him it's like a great card. So it looks like he probably came from a very, very controlling patriarchal situation. And I have to say, it does possibly tie in with the whole factitious mental health disorder where somebody lied for you because that's what they wanted you to be. Okay, it looks like his dad was extremely controlling. There's the Four of Pentacles. All right, so past history, we can just look at that. Affect or expression of emotion: sad, depressed, happy. There's that freaking cone thing. There it is. Okay, so his expression of emotion, I would have to say, is guarded. Would you say guarded? Very interesting. It's a life preserver, right? So hanging on to, trying to preserve your words, trying to remember your lies, maybe. So very interesting. All right, thought contents, fantasy versus reality. So we know that pathological liars are always filtering in phantom memories so they can inflate their ego so that they don't look bad, so they can get empathy, right? So what is his thought content? Maybe he's got secrets that nobody knows. Okay. Maybe magical thinking. Maybe. There might be something magical about that. I'm not sure. Thought process. So, and I think that somebody who spins a verb like he does probably has a thought process that's fairly creative. Oh. Thought process. So can he offer a coherent response to an abstract thought or idea? Not really. It looks like he's just trying to distract you. Okay. Perception of reality. Ooh. Knight of Swords. Perception of reality is he is really, I think, on the fence, knowing that then the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Pens is an abruption of an act, right? It's cutting you off or screaming at you or just like changing you up with air energy quickly, without impetuous kind of energy. Sorry, buddy. Intellect or level of education, which, you know what, somebody mentioned in the last video that intellect and level of education are two different things. You are absolutely right. Intellect and level of education are two different things. Let's just go with intellect, okay? Seems like he's, fairly bright. I mean, he's trying to balance, okay? Libra energy. All right. Insights or what motivates you? The why question. Why? Okay. This is the Emperor. So I think maybe he's getting directive to say and speak some of the things that he's saying. And yeah, that throat chakra, he's got to watch. So what's at the bottom of the deck? What's at the bottom of the deck? That's a car wreck waiting to happen. Right there. And the one that was underneath that one was a tower. Yeah, he's got to find, I think, you know what, George? Always, make sure there's something else on your resume that you can fall back on, buddy, because I don't know, things look kind of Moloch-y, okay? So, there it is. Mental health spread on George Santos I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are getting ready to enjoy this new year. I am. We are going to tape moonshine for the Cancer full moon on Friday tomorrow. Dr. Vicky is on the road, so we're going to tape moonshine on the road and all the fun, interesting symbology, altar wear, things we can do for the full moon, we will talk about tomorrow night. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. And we'll see you soon.